Hello, everyone, and welcome back to It All Starts With a Wish podcast. My name is Rachel.
And I'm Mark.
Sorry,
welcome back, honey.
Hi.
Everybody was worried about you there last week.
I was worried about me. Well, it wouldn't be a Thanksgiving if one of us didn't get sick.
It does seem that way, doesn't it?
Yeah. Usually it's not me. So,
yeah.
Unfortunately, this was my time.
It was.
But I'm feeling a lot better now.
Well, that's good.
So,
sorry, everybody, that we weren't able to put out an episode last week. I know everybody was very disappointed. We'll see how many people actually listen now that we've missed the week and see if, people really care that we missed the week.
Where have you been?
Did we lose followers or did we gain followers from the dramatic pause?
I mean, they wouldn't know there was a dramatic pause if they're new.
I suppose not.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's a good point. Whatever. You know what?
But now that Thanksgiving's over.
Yeah.
We can finally... Well, I've been talking about it.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas.
Mark is finally okay talking about Christmas.
Of course I am.
Well, now that Thanksgiving's over.
Well, yeah, now, Thanksgiving this year was the latest that possibly could be. Being the fourth Thursday of the month, and the month started on a Friday.
Yeah.
November, that is, started on a Friday. So this was literally the latest that it possibly could be. And I feel like it gyps us out of a week of Christmas.
Because it's so late?
Yeah. We only have 25,
Well, we always have 25 days.
Well, you have 25 days in December, but usually Thanksgiving is earlier in November, and you usually get, the last week of November for Christmas stuff.
Oh, I see.
But this year, Thanksgiving was so late.
Yeah, if it lands on, the 22nd or something,
it's
like Thanksgiving.
We're getting gypped out of a week of Christmas.
Yeah.
Not fair.
Yeah.
So, I guess this year it was okay to decorate the week before Thanksgiving because
a lot of people did because
gypped.
I feel like people were just done waiting.
Well, everybody looked at the calendars and they were like, hey, we're losing a week of Christmas, man.
Let's go. Chop, chop.
So, anyways, it is Christmas season, and that means that we have a Christmas dad joke.
Oh, boy.
Everybody was hoping that I would have forgot about the dad jokes, but guess what? I didn't, people. So here we go. What did one Christmas tree say to the other? Lighten up. That's a knee slapper. That's a good one.
Looking good. I like your branches. I don't know.
That's not funny.
I thought it was.
Lighten up, however. Very funny.
Lighten up.
So there is your dad joke for the Christmas season. We'll have others as we get closer to Christmas, of course, too. But this week, we really wanted to do this last week, but that never happened because of illness.
I'm sorry.
But this week, we wanted to talk about... We did a similar episode to this last year, but there have been a few updates since then of what there is to see and do at the merriest time of the year and the happiest place on earth. What there is to see and do at Walt Disney World at Christmas, and maybe, just maybe, we'll have an announcement at the end of this episode. So, stay tuned. Maybe we'll have an announcement.
What's the announcement?
Don't know. You have to wait to find out.
I don't know either.
So,
what's happening?
There is a lot to see and do at Walt Disney World at Christmas. You actually just had clients down there. Seemed like they had themselves a jolly old time.
Yeah, they love the Christmas party. We'll talk about that a little bit, but...
Yeah, there's more, though. I think a lot of people know, at Halloween, right? People know that there is Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, right?
And I know there's pumpkins everywhere for that. Decorations.
But there is also, the Christmas time of year, I think a lot of people know that there is Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. And we'll talk about that party. But there is a lot more
There's a lot more than at Halloween time. At any other time of the year. That, honestly...
I think that this is the one time of year when you have some of the coolest, not normal experiences in Walt Disney World, if that makes any sense, what I'm trying to say.
The ordinary becomes a whole experience.
It does.
They change so many things and they add so many little activities, I guess.
So a great example of this is resort hopping, right?
Yeah.
I always love resort hopping. I think it's always really cool to go around and experience the different food options and see the hotels and check out all the amenities at all the different hotels. But at Christmas time, it is upped its game just to a whole different level.
Yeah.
You got all the Christmas decorations, and you have some really cool activities and things that you can see in some of these hotels.
Yeah, and that you don't see, any other time of year. It's very special.
Right.
To not only the decorations, but other displays.
Yeah.
I guess.
And the decorations are usually themed to the resorts, which is really kind of cool. You can go to Animal Kingdom Lodge and see that Animal Kingdom savannah
flair.
African flair in the decorations. You can go to Wilderness Lodge and see kind of that more rustic flair to the decorations. Somebody was videoing down there doing a vlog, and they went into the Boulder Creek section, which is one of the DVC Boulder Ridge. Sorry,
Copper Creek.
I literally combined the two.
You literally did.
Went into the Boulder Ridge section, and they have a room in that section that's all about trains, because Walt Disney loved trains. And they were showing one of the wreaths, and one of the wreaths in the train room actually had a train in the wreath. It was really kind of cool.
Attention to detail.
It is, and there is that element of attention to detail in all of the resorts when it comes to the holiday theming.
Yeah.
But there are some extra things. For example, at the Wilderness Lodge, at Animal Kingdom Lodge, I think you will see those two hotels, I think, are some of the coolest hotels at Christmas time. And one of the
those
reasons
are your two favorites, for sure.
are the massive Christmas trees.
Huge.
That both of these hotels have.
Do you know how tall they are?
I mean,
off the top of your head? Tall.
It's probably at least 5 or 6 stories tall in the Wilderness Lodge, because when you think about how high it goes, and I think there are 7 stories in the Wilderness Lodge.
That's crazy.
So that tree is literally 5, 6 stories tall.
Same thing in the Animal Kingdom, because it's all open on the side, and you can see the rooms. I mean, it's at least 4, 5 stories.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It is, and it's beautiful.
Ginormous.
Absolutely beautiful. Like, Wilderness Lodge is my one place that I want to get a hot cocoa, as weird as that sounds coming from me. I want to get a hot cocoa, and I want to sit by the fireplace.
It's weird that you're saying hot cocoa and not hot chocolate.
And I want to stare at... I feel like that's more Christmassy, hot cocoa. No.
Well, you just say cocoa, no?
No, because it's not just cocoa, it's hot.
I know, but you don't have, iced
Fine,
cocoa.
hot chocolate, whatever. You sit with your hot chocolate, now I'm angry about it. Sit with your hot chocolate by the fireplace and enjoy the Christmas tree. Because I just think that it is that atmosphere that's just perfect for Christmas time.
It really is. Especially the woodsy rusticness of it. Yeah. And from where we're from, that I think just hits home.
Yeah.
I think, because we have the pine trees and the woods and everything. So having that woodsy feel is a little more nostalgic than like a palm tree.
Yeah. Feels homey.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It gives it that, what is it? It's not a coniferous forest.
Wow.
That was good.
Rachel pulling out her 9th grade biology.
I almost said deciduous. But that is not it.
Well, but I think...
Deciduous is like the maple trees and stuff, right? Coniferous is like the evergreens.
Yes.
Yeah.
Deciduous are trees that lose their leaves. But we are really more of a combination.
I guess we're a combo. Yeah. But like where snow is, like in New Hampshire and Maine, it's like that's... that brings the nostalgia.
Yeah,
it would be weird. It is weird to see, like, a palm tree. Like, with Christmas lights on.
What, you don't like that beer commercial? Which one was it? I forget
Corona.
which one it was. Was it Corona?
Yeah.
With the palm Christmas tree?
Yeah, and he turned on the light. Yeah. I mean, I think it would be cool one time, but I think it's just the memories we have attached to where we are.
And Fort Wilderness Lodge, I want to give that one a special shout out too, because that is a campground. And people will go all out with the Christmas decorations on their own campers.
Let's stay with like what we can do with the resorts, since we're already like talking.
Well, that's
about
what I'm
resorts.
doing. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
But
you haven't like drawn a line of like, all right, here's what we can do with the resorts. I'm just drawing a line. I'm making a tag in the podcast.
Well, at Fort
Wilderness, what
Fort
can we do?
Wilderness Campground, people will go all out with decorating their campers and their campsites with Christmas decorations. You can go do this at Halloween time and see a similar thing with just Halloween decorations. But it is a really cool, and I really want to do this if we go at Christmas.
Yeah.
I want to rent a go-kart, a golf cart, not go-kart. Well, you know what I mean. Yeah. Same thing. 4 wheels, drives around,
kind of slow.
motorized. Golf cart. and just drive around and look at everybody's Christmas decorations.
And people go, like, harder than they would, like, at home.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the amount of money that is spent on... I mean, think about, like those blow-up things. Those are not cheap.
No.
Those are not cheap.
And
like,
some people have dozens of
like,
them, literally,
ridiculous.
at their campsite. So, it is fun. Absolutely beautiful, and I would highly suggest doing that. If you have a free night when you're there at Christmas time, just rent the golf cart and drive around. Or if you have a car, just drive around the campsites and check out all of the beautiful Christmas decorations that are there.
Yeah.
Another really cool thing that you can do in the resorts at Christmas time is there are gingerbread houses of different sorts in several of the hotels. Mm-hmm. You have at the Grand Floridian, which I think is the most famous of this.
They're real.
A legit, like, actual, like, building-sized gingerbread house that they sell gingerbread out of. Come on, people. Come on.
That's crazy. Yes, it's all made of real food. Kind of makes me feel like it's a waste. Like, that's a lot of food wasted. I have mixed feelings about it, but that's a lot of food. But it is cool to think that something that large is actually real. Mm-hmm. And all of the things in it are edible. Mm-hmm. Like, all of the little things, maybe not like the actual figurines, but maybe, because they're crazy and they make everything out of chocolate and gingerbread. Yeah, a lot of ingredients. Mm-hmm. And time. And the artists that take to
it's amazing.
Make everything and put it all together is crazy.
And they'll have little signs that'll say, like, how much of each ingredient went into actually building it next to each one of these. But yeah, I think the Grand Floridian is the most famous and probably the most significant. Like, and
yeah, I feel like people know about that one the most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They also have one on a lesser scale at the Contemporary. Mm-hmm. And then they also have gingerbread things, I'll say, because they're not always buildings.
Yes.
At the boardwalk, they'll usually have some kind of gingerbread boardwalk model that they build, which is really kind of cool. And then at Disney's Beach Club, they have a carousel made out of gingerbread.
Which is weird because I would have put the carousel at the boardwalk.
Yeah, I don't know why they put it at Beach Club. That's an interesting point. But
anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah, still all food, and it moves and it works.
And every year,
and it's made of food.
Every year it has a different theme too. Like the horses will be themed differently every single year. I think, gosh, what was it this year? This year it's themed to the Christmas Carol. The Scrooge Christmas Carol, so Scrooge McDuck's Christmas Carol. So each one of I think each one of the horses is like one of the different ghosts, past, present, future. So it's really neat. Check out some pictures of it if you don't get to see it. But yeah, just going around and seeing the gingerbread houses, and at the yacht club they have a beautiful. This is close to home for me because I love models.
Yeah, you do.
They have a beautiful figurine model set up in their lobby with like the Christmas village with all the different houses and little intricate details and everything.
Yeah.
Which is really kind of neat. So do not pass, especially at the deluxe resorts.
Yeah.
You will see what they're doing there is taken to the next level. Not that the value in the moderate resorts
they have decorations
don't have
and
stuff.
Yeah, they will.
But the deluxe are definitely on a different level when it comes to Christmas decorations. So even if you're staying...
Yeah, don't be afraid to go there if you're not staying there.
Exactly.
Like take advantage of, those sights and smells, honestly, with the gingerbread houses and stuff all around the resorts. Especially because the theming to each resort is so unique. So you really are getting, different cool themings. So it's not just your traditional Christmas stuff.
Yeah, you're not going to see the same thing at every resort.
No,
so it's worth going and visiting.
So yeah, definitely on our bucket list for sure.
Disney Springs is another great place to spend some time at the holiday season.
I feel like this is the only time that I'm going to give Disney Springs like a lot of credit. It's
surprising after our recent Disney Springs episode.
I know, but I really do feel like this time, like I'll give Disney Springs.
So there are the normal things that happen at Disney Springs, seasonal things. For example, a lot of the restaurants will have holiday-themed dishes or drinks that you can get at them. So be on the lookout for those, of course. I think one of the really cool things that they do besides decorating in a traditional sense...
all the trees.
...is they have a Christmas tree stroll.
Yeah.
So they will decorate numerous, I forget the exact number, maybe 14, 16 different Christmas trees, something like that. A little over a
and
dozen.
you can get a little book that has all those trees in it. You can kind of like put the sticker when you find each of those trees.
Yeah, it's a little activity thing. You go around and
Which is cool for like the kids and stuff. So there's like, oh, look at the tree. Like,
and each one has a different theme to it. So there's one that's like a Disney Cruise Line one. There's one that's a Lion King one. There's a Moana one.
Okay. Do you want to know what there was one of?
I already said what there was some.
No, I'm a different one.
What?
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yes, there was a Nightmare Before Christmas.
So cool.
There's a Haunted Mansion one.
Yeah.
There are different themed movies or other rides or things like that.
A travel agency tree. And Mickey Travels is on there right now. Oh, really? Yeah. Our logo.
There you go.
Look at that.
So remember, if Rachel, if you're looking to book, if you're looking to book your next Disney vacation, remember that Rachel works for Mickey Travels.
I mean, there's a bunch of other ones on there too, but
so reach out to her at armello@mickeystravels.com.
Yeah, really cool.
This segment
really
brought
cool
to you
thing.
by.
Stop.
Anyways.
But yeah, really cool thing. Like, you know, not like hotel things, but because the hotels have their own, like the resorts have their own, but like rides and like specific attractions and stuff that are really cool.
Mm-hmm. And like Rachel said, there is that activity book, so you go around and you put a sticker on it, and then you complete it.
What do you get at the end?
And then you get a reward at the end of it.
What is it this year? Do you know what it is?
So if you complete the stroll, you get a free prize, which is usually a button. You get a little button that says Christmas Tree Stroll on it. But you also get discounts at multiple dining locations, too, as well, for completing it. So there's actually like a monetary value to it as well. And I just double-checked.
Right?
It is 21 themed trees. 21. So a little over what I had thought, but...
Yeah. We've never done this one, but do you have to pay for this one like you do at like Flower and Garden?
Nope, the Christmas Tree Stroll is absolutely free.
Wow. That makes it even better.
Yep, you just got to pick it up at one of the locations that has the Christmas Tree Stroll activity sheet there.
Yeah.
So, Disney Springs has a lot of other stuff going on, too. Some thematic music and other things that'll happen, but know that the Christmas Tree Stroll is actually a really kind of cool activity for families, and I think that well worth spending an afternoon in Disney Springs to experience that.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Now, if we move over to the parks and what there is to do at the parks, there are things at all four parks that you can enjoy. Animal Kingdom, I think, tends to be, I don't want to say the most boring or the least exciting, but it doesn't have an over-the-top experience that you can get there for Christmas time. There is going to be, there is the decorations. Mm-hmm. There are the decorations, I should say, out throughout the park.
The cool thing about this one is the tree is outside of the park.
That is true, yes. The Christmas tree.
So you don't have to go into the park at Animal Kingdom to like get a picture and to see the tree, which is cool.
It is outside the gate.
Yeah.
Inside the park, though, there are things like the Merry Menagerie. There's like these really cool winter animal puppets that come out around the Tree of Life area. So there are some thematic things. There's the food options, some thematic food options that you can get in Animal Kingdom. But besides the decorations, besides the Merry Menagerie, besides the
Christmas
the
and animals don't really go together. So I can see why like some of the theming would be a little harder to like.
Yeah, but I think for what they have, the theming is very good.
No, it is good. I'm saying, like, you can't really go, like, over the top.
And there's even in Asia, they have extra lanterns up, which I forget the exact name, Diwali maybe. There is an Asian holiday of lights that they are decorated for in that area that's right by Flights of Wonder in Asia, too. Yeah. So there are certain cultural things that span not just Christmas, but also other seasonal holidays at this time of year that they do at Animal Kingdom. So I'm not telling you not to go to Animal Kingdom, because I think you definitely should, because there's some really cool things in Animal Kingdom to see. I don't know that you're going to spend as much time in Animal Kingdom
especially
during
if you're
Christmas.
looking for specific Christmas stuff. Yeah.
Right. If you're looking specifically for Christmas stuff.
Yeah,
I don't think that Animal Kingdom you're going to spend more than a half day. Maybe you go there at night to see everything lit up.
Yeah, that would probably be better.
It's dark enough early enough. Usually in the winter, this time of year, it is darker. But remember, Animal Kingdom closes early. So the point being, there is stuff to see, but it's not over-the-top stuff to see.
Yeah, that's true.
Moving over to Hollywood Studios, they have brought back what started last year in 2023, an event called Jollywood Nights. This is a special ticketed event, after-hours event. They'll close Hollywood Studios early. Only people who have admittance to Jollywood Nights can get into it, so it's a separate ticket that you have to buy, not your regular park ticket. Similar deal to when you go to a Christmas party, you can get into the park before the party begins to start walking around the experiences.
Yeah.
But, so you get that headway of a few hours before the party actually starts. But this is a separate ticketed event. Remember that. That's important.
This, like, over the last 2 years has gotten better from reviews. That first one was kind of a flop when they did it. But that was right after COVID. It was kind of hard, and some things just didn't hit. But I feel like last year's got, some better reviews, especially if, I think this is a great thing if you have an older family that maybe doesn't want to do the Christmas party. Not so much at Magic Kingdom, and you're not so much into like those kind of characters, but this is a better way to see Hollywood Studios with those lower wait times, still have all those like festive lights and decorations and stuff, but more targeted towards the older crowd.
Yeah, so this is definitely something that they wanted older individuals to enjoy. Older families, people without kids, like this is kind of more geared towards them. That does not mean that you cannot bring your kids. That does not mean that your kids won't have a good time at it. But it is definitely themed more towards an adult audience. Happens on select nights from November 9th through December 21st. So it's been going on now for almost a month at the time of the airing of this episode. It is a 5-hour after-hours event, so it's 5 hours in length. Depending on the date, you're going to pay somewhere between $159 to $179 per ticket plus tax. So this is not the cheapest thing, but do know there is a pretty substantial price. There's not a huge swing there. It's about a $20 swing from the most expensive than the least expensive, but $159 to $179 is what this is going to run you, and the party runs from 7:30 p.m. till 12:30 a.m. And again, as I mentioned earlier, the individuals can get in at 6 p.m. So you can get in an hour and a half before the actual party starts. Some of the special things that happen during this event, I shouldn't call it a party, but during this after-hours extravaganza.
During this Jollywood night.
You'll get Jingle Bell, Jingle Bam, which is the holiday-themed fireworks show at Hollywood Studios. You get to see this year brand new a figure skating performance right in front of the Chinese theater, right in front of Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, called Glisten. You can also experience a Pixar disco, the Muppets
those, like,
Christmas Carol scenes.
The Muppets! For the people who are really into the Muppets.
And there are also some unique character experiences here too. Mandalorian is out with Grogu. There are some very 90s themed, going with, the older individuals that you can see. So older characters that you don't normally see around, but that
the
you
millennials
can see
will be a little like, whoa. I remember, actually, what was it? It was actually a DVC after hours event that we went to, and Kim Possible was there. Yeah. Kim Possible was there. Kind of crazy.
Kim Possible is not around for this one.
No, not for this one. But I'm just saying, also, like, events like this have those kind of special characters.
They have a special Nightmare Before Christmas show with Jack Skellington. Jack Skellington comes out. Very cool. There is a Muppets extravaganza, glitz and glamour theater party at the Theater of the Stars, which is where Beauty and the Beast show usually happens. There is a Twilight soiree at the Tip Top Club, which is over by Hollywood Tower Terra. If you go through Disney lore here, as you go through the lobby of the ride through the hotel, there is the Tip Top Club, which is at the very top of the tower, and so that is supposed to mimic visiting that during your stay, so you can go and attend that. There are performers who sing and dance and perform different...
Yeah, I was going to say, a lot of street performing, a lot of stuff going down the streets.
There's a fiesta party, too, as well, over an animation courtyard with the Three Caballeros. So there is a lot of stuff happening.
A lot of stuff, yeah.
And you have the rides are open, too, so you can ride your rides, all that kind of stuff. But I think that people go to this for the specialty treats, the offerings, such as, all the different shows and things like that. That's where you can see that this is really geared towards an older audience, right? It's much more of that experience. And people actually kind of started this on their own, but it's kind of become a thing that you get dressed up.
Dapper.
And you're very dapper best to attend this. Yeah. So people will go all out and get very nicely dressed to go to
I don't really know how that started.
Special ticketed event.
I remember
according to Disney, it was a fan thing. Like people just started
I
getting
remember
dressed.
One of the Jollywood Nights posters had kind of like that dapper look with like a male and female kind of like dancing. So I just feel like they took that little theme of like just a poster of what it was supposed to be and they just kind of ran with it. Which is cool. We can just decide. Can we just decide what we're going to wear to parks?
Of course you can. You do every day.
Yeah, but I meant like a dress code.
No.
Like, so don't show up here not in your tux. You can't do that. No, but there's no dress code. You don't have to be dapper if you don't want to. But you can.
So, another special ticketed event that you might want to consider while visiting Walt Disney World at Christmas time is, of course, the well-known Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. This is kind of the go-to. This is what many people want to go to Disney World to experience during Christmas. It'll run on select nights between November 8th and December 20th. This party runs from 7 p.m. to midnight. And in this case, you can actually get into the park 3 hours early at 4 p.m., which is a better deal than the Jollywood Nights.
Yeah, lots of cool stuff going on here. Similar to Jollywood Nights, you're going to have, specialty drinks and eats and character sightings. More importantly, though, personally, there's a parade that you can only see at this party, similar to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. Santa himself is there. Mm-hmm. Kind of wild. And the fireworks are a specialty Christmas display that you will only see at the party. Mm-hmm. So this is a little expensive.
Yep, runs from $169 to $219 depending on the night. So a little bit more than Jollywood Nights. But I think that there's a lot more that you get out of this experience. So I think it's worth the extra money. You get a specialty ornament when you enter into the park.
So cute.
That is unique for the event. You also get to partake in the holiday cookie stroll. So they don't call it that. In holiday cookies, this cookie strolls at Epcot.
Yeah.
But there are cookie stations similar to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, where you have the candy locations where you can get the candy.
The trick-or-treat
Instead of trick-or-treating, you get cookies and a holiday-themed drink. So there's different types of cookies. There's sugar cookies. There's gingerbread cookies.
All kinds. Snickerdoodle, maybe?
Snickerdoodle, yeah. They have different kinds, and there's 5 different stations where you can get cookies. And they also either have hot chocolate at some of them, they have eggnog at some of them, and they have apple cider at some of them. So you can get your cookie and your holiday-themed drink and go all over the park and experience them all, try them all, and it's complimentary.
Complimentary.
With your ticket.
With the ticket.
So
girl math's free.
Right.
So it's free.
You're paying for it in your ticket.
But it's free.
There's also the specialty character meet and greets that you can partake at this party. And there are some special ride overlays, including the Mad Tea Party teacups. And what I think is one of the coolest ride overlays, Space Mountain. With this, hardcore rock with Christmas. Flashing red and green lights. It's pretty awesome and well worth the experience while you're at the party.
Yeah.
And you can also ride the Jingle Cruise, But bear in mind that you can ride the Jingle Cruise during normal park operation hours too.
Which is kind of nice.
Specialty ride overlay for the Jungle Cruise. They turn it into the Jingle Cruise, and there's some more holiday jokes and stuff like that. And some holiday theming and decorations and all that. So that may be not what you want to spend your time on at the party because you can get it during the day. That might be a good ride to do at 4 o'clock when you first get into the park for the party, before the party actually starts, because you can do that during the day with normal visitation.
Yeah. You can meet Santa, can't you?
You can also meet Santa during your experiences.
Not only is he in the parade, but you could also go visit him.
Yes, you can. Along with other characters.
Yes.
So there is a lot to
like
see
Jack and Sally
do
again.
At the Mickey's Very
They
Merry.
were just here for Halloween, and now they're back.
It's because it's a... Never mind. Mickey's Very Merry
both.
Christmas Party, I think that this is well worth your time, and this is why most people will want to go to Walt Disney World, is to experience this party. Get your Snope on Main Street. This is your fake snow, for those of you who are not familiar with Snope.
Snow and soap.
And
Bubbles.
it is truly magical as you sit there and you watch the parade go by, and it's snowing on Main Street in the middle of Central Florida, and you're like, this is magic.
Only Disney can pull off this type of magic.
The last park would be Epcot. And Epcot has what I think is one of the coolest of all of their festivals this time of year, the Festival of the Holidays. This experience, again, Epcot is going to be bedecked in all of its best Christmas decorations, big tree at the very start of World Showcase, specialty ride overlays for things like Living with the Land,
so
really
pretty.
kind of cool, pretty Christmas decorations.
They decorate all their plants.
All of the pavilions are going to go all out with their decorations, and in those pavilions, several of them, you'll have different storytellers. And I think this is so cool. It's all, mind you, this is not a specialty ticketed event.
No,
this is just going to Epcot.
This is all just,
You show up at Epcot with your regular ticket, and you can partake in all of this, which I think is really kind of cool. It's like Animal Kingdom, right? There's no specialty thing that you need to buy tickets for. This is just the normal visitation stuff that you can do.
I think Epcot has the most to offer of the parks with a normal ticket.
Absolutely, yeah. 100% agree with that. But you have these storytellers that are positioned in different pavilions who talk a little bit more about cultural traditions in those places. You have Father Christmas in the United Kingdom, Pierre Noël in France, the Barn Santa over in Norway. You have a Hanukkah storyteller too and performer. You have, I forget the name of the witch, but there's a witch in Italy that's part of like the Christmas experience.
But yeah.
And you go and you show up at the times. They post the times in the My Disney Experience app. You show up and the storyteller comes out and they tell you all about the Christmas traditions. Or the holiday traditions.
Yeah.
In the case of Hanukkah, not Christmas.
Yeah.
But they tell you all about those traditions.
It's a cultural experience as well as a Christmas holiday festive one.
Yep.
So nice to learn different things. And they're funny. I feel like adults laugh way more at the different versions of Santa
isn't that Disney, like true to character?
The kids are just like, what? And the adults are like crying, laughing.
But do not sleep on this, families. There's so much to do with kids, and I think the experience is really amazing. Similar to most, also Epcot festivals, you will have your food booths with different holiday-themed treats that you can get. So it's similar to all of the other three where there's specialty food items that you can get. Highly recommend that. Part of the specialty food items is a cookie stroll, where you can go around, and I want to say that there's 9 different cookies this year. I forget the exact number. You have to get 5 of them. They give you a stamp every time that you buy a cookie. And once you complete all 5 of them, this year they're giving you a specialty, like make your own cookie package at home.
That's kind of cool.
You complete it all, and then you get that complimentary for buying your 5 different cookies and trying them at all the different locations.
I remember one year you had all these cookies, and your prize was another cookie.
Yeah. Which is a lot.
And it was like, I just ate all those cookies. They're pretty small, depending on which ones you get. And I think that's pretty good, since you're probably going to be eating a lot of cookies.
Yeah.
But one cool thing that they have this year is they have a gingerbread cookie. And it was like, I just ate all those cookies. And they have a gingerbread Spaceship Earth in Epcot. Not the same size. A model of it, but it lights up and plays music and everything. So that's really cool. And there's a cookie named after it. You can get one of the little tiles, gingerbread tiles, the triangle one. So that's kind of cool.
And we are missing.
I know.
What I
you
think
have to
is
save the best for last.
one reason why you must go to Walt Disney World at the Christmas season.
And what is that?
The Candlelight Processional. Candlelight Processional happens in the American Adventure Pavilion. American Adventure Pavilion.
You have to keep this.
the American Adventure Pavilion
there.
On the stage across the way from the main building there. And this is 50 minutes of your favorite traditional Christmas carols with the Christmas story of the birth of Jesus by a guest narrator. This is going to knock your socks off. Just the unbelievable talent that goes into the orchestra and the choir. And it's moving. It's beautiful. I cannot recommend.
Yeah, and these are the
this
Voices of Liberty
enough.
at the center. So if you've seen them do their performances, it is them at the center. But the rest of the choir are just other cast members, which is kind of cool.
This cast members choir, and then also for one of the shows, usually there are children's local youth choirs that join them.
That join in there.
Usually for the earliest show of the day is usually a youth choir, and then it's cast member choirs after that. But it's phenomenal. It's well worth the experience. Highly, highly suggest a dining package for this.
He's never done this before.
Different.
Also. He speaks so highly of this just from watching YouTube videos of
Quiet
it.
woman.
So no, but I'm just saying, like, that's how good it is.
Different restaurants have dining packages, so if you eat there, you can get priority seating at this event. Highly recommend that. The lines for this are insane.
Yeah.
And they'll do
because this is free.
Several
People,
performances.
This is free.
Well, it's complimentary with your park
complimentary
ticket.
with your ticket. You go to the Epcot and you can get in line and you can watch it. But because everybody can get in line and watch it, people are standing there for quite some time if you really want a good seat. So.
And this is a holiday tradition that people really, really love. And so I highly recommend doing a dining package so that way you can get guaranteed seating at least at one of the shows that happen throughout the course of every evening. And check the schedule too, if you can time it right, and they usually release that schedule late summer of who the guest narrators are going to be. So
so if you want to see a particular person,
Josh Gad was one of the first ones this year. Olaf, warm hugs. Neil Patrick Harris
and Book of
is
Mormon,
like the
but no
big
one talks about that.
Yeah, nobody cares about that. That's why. Neil Patrick Harris is usually also a big name. Yeah, last year they had John Stamos. I don't think John is on the schedule this year though.
So.
But there are several well-known. The lady who's the voice of Ariel is back again this year.
Oh, what's her name?
So
I know her name.
There are a lot of people. Famous people who come out to do those, so really kind of neat experience for that. Highly, highly recommend the Candlelight Processional. So, as you can see, there is a lot to see and do at Walt Disney World at Christmas time. And I think, although it's one of the busier times of year, it's one of the most magical times of year to visit the most magical place on Earth. What?
I'm sorry. I was just looking up narrators, and Brendan Fraser is one of the narrators.
Yeah, you did it last year, too.
You did it last year, too?
Yeah.
He has a really big fan following, I just have to say, which is really funny. But, yeah. Jodie Benson.
Jodie Benson.
That's her name. That's her name.
That is the
Ariel.
voice of Ariel.
All right. Anyway, Gloria Estefan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they get some pretty big names for it, so... Anyways, well worth going to Walt Disney World this time of year. I think it's a magical experience. Do note, though, I think this is an important thing to note, things like Jollywood Nights and the Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party will start in November. As we noted, note that the Festival of the Holidays and some of the Animal Kingdom themed things may not start until after Thanksgiving. The Festival of the Holidays does not start until after Thanksgiving. Usually the weekend after Thanksgiving is when that starts. Sometimes the Animal Kingdom stuff will start a little bit earlier, but that usually happens later in the month of November. So know that if you want to experience, especially the Festival of the Holidays, you are going to want to plan your trip for after Thanksgiving. So bear that in mind. And bear in mind, too, that the Festival of the Holidays, there's not a hard stop at Christmas. Keep in mind that Jollywood Nights and the Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party are going to stop before Christmas.
Yeah.
So you're not going to be able to experience those if you go after Christmas, but you can experience the Festival of the Holidays after Christmas.
Yes, that's cool. But yeah, the party's no-go.
So we left these people hanging here. I said that we had an announcement to make at the end of the episode.
Yeah, I want to know what it is.
2025. We're going to Walt Disney World at Christmas.
We are?
We are.
It's decided?
It's decided.
It's decided.
It's decided.
Woo! You're finding out with me, people.
So next year we will have a lot more.
Yeah.
We'll have a lot more to talk about next year in regards to Christmas because we're going to go and experience it firsthand. So be on the lookout for a lot more on that subject coming in 2025.
And you know what else is coming up in 2025?
What?
Just our regular family Walt Disney World trip. And
Correct.
It's coming up so soon because it's in March.
It is.
And I'm so excited to boost our content and take people with us on social media to Disney.
Yes.
It's going to be really fun.
And there will be more episodes on how we're planning for that trip coming out in the weeks to come too as well, because we are coming up on some important dates like our 60-day mark in order to book dining reservations and specialty experiences. So we will be taking you with us on that journey, and then as we get closer we'll be taking you on our journey of working through the new lightning lane system and what that experience is like, and so much more.
Yeah.
So
much more.
Stick with us. Tell all your friends. Be sure to leave us good reviews. I guess that helps on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. If you leave a 5-star review, apparently that's helpful. So do that if you've never done that. Share our content on your social media accounts. Build our family. Build our following.
Yeah. 2025. This is our year.
2025 is our year
coming up
to really go big with this podcasting thing. And we can only do it with your help. But we want to thank you all for, as always, listening to us and being part of the discussion here.
Yeah.
Remember, if you do want to be directly part of the discussion, you can always send us an email at startswithawish.podcast@gmail.com. Yeah. Follow us on our social media accounts, and if you are looking to book that next Disney experience, whether it's a Walt Disney World trip, Disneyland, Disney Cruise Lines, Aulani, any kind of Disney vacation that you can imagine, Disney Adventures by Disney, whatever it's called.
Nat Geo Wild
Feel
Expeditions.
free to send Rachel an email directly at armello@mickeystravels.com. And remember, folks, it all starts with a wish. We'll see you real soon.
Bye.